SOHAMS, synergy of hand, mind and soul. In my previous videos, SOHAMS 1, 2 and 3, I shared with you my 11 soulmates which are helping me tremendously in bringing a good synergy between the three most basic elements which complete me, and that's my hand or body, my mind and soul. In my last video, I tried to give a perspective about my first soulmate. My first soulmate, which is anchored with my heart, and that says, I always love God and goodness. And for me, God is my goodness. And when I talk of goodness, goodness I put in three baskets. First, goodness for me, myself. Am I good to me? Am I good to my physical self and my attitude? What am I doing on a daily basis to handle this? The second basket is goodness for others, for people. The people whom I know and the people whom I don't know. My family, my colleagues, and society at large, and my friends. And the third basket is about the environment in which I operate, and that's my organization, my family, and again, the society where we operate in. Well, today I'm going to share my second soulmate with you. And my second soulmate is anchored from here, it goes to the top of my head. My second soulmate is anchored here, and how I say this is So when I'm saying so, internally I'm telling myself that I am happy and blissful. Simple. Often simple things are most difficult. How can I always be happy and blissful? The reason it's anchored with top of my head is that when the elders in India, for example, bless their children. For example, when my mother or father would bless me, they always put the hand on my head and say, always be happy and grow. Do good to others and yourself. So, when I'm saying so, that's what I tell myself, always be happy and blissful. And then, when I get on to the second phase, which is the hum phase. In the hum phase, I let my mind loose, relaxed. Let it wander, but in a very positive environment where each and every cell of my body feels happy and blissful. That's an environment of happiness in which I let my mind wander. I get different kind of images. But before I say something, let me give a perspective on happiness. Friends, we can either be happy or unhappy. And it's a lot smarter to be happy than unhappy. This is one. Second, we cannot be happy and unhappy at the same moment. We need to choose one. We cannot be happy and unhappy at the same very moment. And it's a lot smarter to be happy than unhappy. Now, why is it a lot smarter to be happy? You know, happiness is the biggest catalyst. When we are happy, we are open. We are like parachute. Our heart is open, our mind is open, and we flow. Is the biggest catalyst for teamwork. It is the biggest catalyst to be having a positive environment around you, in your family, in your organization. It's the biggest catalyst for ideation. Think out of the box. And it is happiness which is the biggest binder. It's the best glue. Now, happiness is linked with expansion, is linked with growth. Whereas when we talk of the unhappy situation, that is implosion. That is, one gets very restricted, one broods, and therefore the same catalyst which is there in ourselves in shape of happiness, it converts to the reverse side and drown us. Now there are situations which at times we look at a picture in a very nice environment, air-conditioned room, sitting on a leather couch, very comfortable, and we look at a picture and we start connecting that with certain events, certain situations, which is not happening as of now, but it takes us into the memory lane. It takes us far behind in our rear view mirror, and gradually, we start becoming unhappy. If you think logically, if I think logically, there is no need to be unhappy. And therefore, friends, the decision is in our hands. The response, whether we go towards right, in the happiness direction, or left, to sulk and brood, is in our direction. Now, in these intense 8 to 10 seconds, when I'm there, and every cell of my body is there in a happiness environment, I get to Google the reasons why should I be happy, how can I be happy, and then in those seconds I get many links for myself, happiness links. And when I reflect and look at the memory lane, I find that my happiness gauge, the happiness meter, has been continually moving in a positive direction. Today, I'm a much happier person than what I was 5 years back or 10 years back. I have come to realize with my wisdom, coming through my reflections, that happiness is a state of mind. We can at times afford to choose to be happy. And when we choose to be happy, often what happens is that at times very tense situations try to move into that zone, because happiness is the biggest catalyst. Now, these are some thoughts which I'm sharing right now, and at times it sounds funny that how come 8 to 10 seconds of reflection around happiness can bring any change, can impact. Does it impact at all? Well, try it out. You don't lose anything. 10 seconds. Imagine the 4-minute formula, what I have. This happiness is not in isolation. This happiness has 10 more soulmates. A tiny seed will remain a tiny seed and perish if it only gets maybe water, maybe earth. But when it gets another 3 elements, the sun, the air, the ether, the soul, it gets into banyan tree. It produces many more seeds. So this happy and blissful is not alone. It is with 10 more soulmates, and they work together as a team. And when we work as a team in synergy, then the whole is much greater than sum of the parts. And then we see the magic of these 8 seconds. When these 8 seconds are not alone, they are in sync with another 8 seconds. Well, this is a perspective about happiness. Try it out. I'll come back again with my third soulmate. And the third soulmate is the biggest Ivy League for me. And that is anchored with the back of my head over here. And that says, I'm always, always, always the student of life. See you again next week. And SOHAMS, synergy of hand, mind, and soul. Bye for now.